Welcome to the Run It Back podcast, aka The Rib, with your hosts, Cha-Cha,
Turn my mic up, son. You know he's always in the building. Yeah.
D-Lo,
Yo, what's up?
Javi,
Hello, hello, hello. What's up, world?
and Omega Green.
Yeah, it's green.
Get ready as we carve through the meat of life's juiciest stories. Let's get it cooking.
What up, world? Omega Green here, and welcome to the Run It Back podcast once again with the crew. What up, y'all?
What's happening? What it is? Yo.
All right, so you know how we do this here. Pass it around a little bit. So, D-Lo, how you feeling today?
This week was kind of a challenge. When we'll get into that later on in my episode, but there was some things that's been on my brain, so I've just been kind of distracted, thinking about other stuff, and
Yeah, just kind of try to
yeah,
find a way to lock in.
yeah. So and you know, trying to still get into the mix of, or still trying to get into the rhythm of getting back on flex and doing those routes, and those routes have been kind of a little weird here lately.
Right.
There was one day, like I used to get done with those route, like a 3.5 hour route. I used to get done in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I quit. I stopped doing it for a little bit because I needed a break. And then when I got back doing it, some things got changed, and it took me like 2 hours to do it.
Yeah.
There was one day this week I literally didn't get back home until enough time to clock in for work.
No, it was just like certain things.
Yeah, like it was like, well, first of all, it was a route in Nicholasville.
Yeah.
So from the station to Nicholasville, it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's a grip.
And then on top of that, like normally, you know, with those types, they used to factor in time of driving, stuff like that. So it'd been like, you know, like 30, 35 stops. You
Gotcha.
know. Nah, these mugs are giving me 42 stops.
What?
Yeah, like,
Okay.
and I was like spread out, like Wilmore, Nicholasville, like it was weird. It was weird. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah, I know, right? So yeah, this week has been a little trying. We'll reset and try again next week. So.
Yeah. That's the way to look at it, bro.
Yeah.
Real.
So Cha-Cha, how you doing, Mike?
Oh, I'm feeling good, man. It is what it is. I'm still working. Car still running. Shout out to Genesis. What is it? Genesis in the building, you know. So it's been April, May, June, July, August, September. So it's going into the 6th month. So I'm still making car payments. I haven't had one since 2016. So
Right.
I'm still maintaining, man. And so I'm feeling good, man. You know, we got some other projects, D-Lo and myself. We started our Sports Junkie Lounge back up, so we got some good content coming up on that later on in the week. So yeah, it's good stuff, man. I'm glad pro football, college football, all that, man. I'm good. Got a partner coming through tomorrow. We're gonna kick it. Good, man. Life's good.
Hell yeah. Hey, yo, Javi.
Hey,
How you doing,
How
man?
you doing, Javi?
I'm doing good. I'm just enjoying my vacation this week, and
Did you have the whole week off?
yes, I'm off until Wednesday.
Hey, that's nice.
Don't talk to me either. I'm
Hey,
just playing.
Get that in there for that 1 week.
Celebrate.
Right.
But no, I've had a good week. I've got a lot of rest, and I've got a lot more rest. So it's a win-win. Thank you so much. Omega, how are you feeling? How was your week?
It was good, but I'll hit you with the same shit that I normally hit you with. It's like, bro, I am tired. I am tired. Like it's got to a point, like we're closing in at the end of the year. You know, we projected out to what things are going to be looking like, production wise, what they're expecting and whatnot. And it's been just like a blitzkrieg here recently. So we've just been going like super hard, trying to make quota and then kind of get ahead of schedule if we can, so that way we can get a little bit of breathing room. But there's been like a lot of overtime, and into the future there will be, but they don't ever like giving overtime, so this is a rarity.
So let me ask you a question, because I've been on multiple spectrums of like a peak season type stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've been on like the book manufacturing schedule, which it's kind of like at the end and at the beginning of school years.
Right.
I'm doing like claims and stuff like that, which is like end of the year, kind of running into May.
Yeah.
And then I've been on the delivery side.
Gotcha.
You know, which is like Christmas time,
of course.
Before families go on vacation,
right?
When they get back, school time, delivery, that type of stuff.
Yeah, so, like peak time. Type
so
shit.
in the business you're in, like when would you say this is like the peak season? Like,
well, I think like anything, there's an ebb and flow throughout the year. I haven't been there long enough yet to where I've seen like a full annual cycle. But I do know when they were talking about some stuff today, is that, you know, things have been moving. Obviously, we have a quota to make. We're trying to get ahead. But at the same time, too, on the other end of stuff, there's good signs in regards to just demand for what we make. So we had a bunch kind of like stockpiled and set aside for like whenever the need arose, but it's gotten to the point now to where all of that shit's been ordered and shipped out. So now, you know, it's gone, like, or for the most part, like it's gone. So we have to replenish all that supply.
Damn.
But that's fucking killer though, because I mean, it means business is happening.
Yeah.
You know, but
is there any work from home positions in that place?
Shit, I wish you know I'd already be on that shit all day. They're like, give me the overtime.
Let me know.
But yeah, like lots of overtime, waking up pretty early because the way they break things down there, and rather than adding an extra day or whatever, they'll be like, you show up, work so many days throughout the week that you already have on your schedule, but you show up an hour earlier and you work an hour later.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad. It's kind of spread out, but like back-to-back 10-hour days it can be trying.
Oh yeah.
You know. But other than that, like I'm good. Just kind of still doing my thing. Obviously, I'm here. You know, we do our thing throughout the week, and then just trying to still make shit happen with the music. I've been kind of slacking here lately, so I need to take some time and do some writing and sew up some loose ends for the mixtape that's coming. Y'all know about that? Not yet. But
we need to get some of your music on here.
Hey, I got plenty. A lot of it's unreleased though, so we'll have to, you know. But yeah. So I'm glad that everybody is doing okay, feeling okay at least.
Definitely.
But we're gonna get into our subject for today. Kind of, it actually has a little bit to do with what I was just talking about, just work and everything. So today's topic is working hard or hardly working. Now that's really kind of a loaded question, because you always hear it in passing. It's just like, you know.
Is my boss listening?
I know. I was sitting here thinking, is we both work for UK, so you know, like, oh gosh.
But
let them in. Now they know my door is closed. Like, oh.
Yeah. Well, like less in the literal sense, but really more so. It's like my thought on it was about the quality of labor as it relates to you personally, and I guess even the listeners, your individual philosophy about your work, working hard. You know, I ain't even got to ask you, Cha-Cha. We've already had this conversation before about being a hard worker. And then on the other end of it,
nobody gonna ever outwork.
Yep. But on the other end, be like hardly working, and not necessarily insinuating like laziness, but it gives it raises thoughts in my mind of, like, in my days, younger days, working in the food service industry and everything like that.
I feel like I know where you're going with this, so yeah, I'm ready.
And it's not just food service. I think it exists, the personality in all fields to where they just don't fucking really pay you enough.
Yeah.
So rather than give your, full effort, you're like, well, why would I, they ain't paying me shit. So it's not, I won't say like not worth my time, but a lot of people are like, well, if you paid me for like all these additional responsibilities, that I've either accumulated over time, or like you just don't acknowledge that isn't in my job description or whatever. It's like, I'm not going to give you the full.
Well, and that's another thing too about companies. They'll be like, well, we'll give you a raise, but we want to put more responsibilities on you. And it's like, but it's like, what about the stuff I did previous to deserve that raise?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of like with Cha-Cha and everything. It's like your philosophy, like, because I always feel like, and have always felt like, regardless of the pay, you should put forth your best effort.
Right.
And if you're going to do a job, you should do it well.
Yeah.
But I also am of the personal opinion that people get squeezed way, way, way too often to accept additional responsibilities, or just stuff happens and then it's kind of like an unspoken thing, and then it's like if you speak up about it, then there's a can kick down the road, or oh, you should just for the team, and all that stuff.
Well, and that's going on with my job right now.
Right.
So my job, I was on hourly.
Yeah.
And then when things got a little slow there, and it's still a little slow.
Your third?
So holiday season popping.
Well, no, it's like our peak season doesn't kick in until like December 27th.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're still in kind of like a slow time.
Yeah, like you're in between time.
Yeah. And so they was like, well, we're gonna put you on piece rate.
Yeah.
And so because we want y'all to slow down, but we want y'all to make your all money. And I'm like, well, first of all, okay, so there's some claims that we're not doing, because we're not trained on them, and that automatically gives us a grade B, which gives us lower pay on them. But if we're not doing claims, then we don't have to worry about that, because we're not making money on that.
Yeah.
My whole thing about that is, you want us to slow down, you want us to make quality, you want quality over quantity. But you put us on a structure to where we have to get quantity to make our money, because I get paid $1 less now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
fuck all that.
I don't have the training in the other claims.
Yeah, because they think probably on their end that they're basically kind of like giving you choice and being like, hey, there's incentive for you to just do more. But depending on who it is, like, you go faster, I think like things fall through the cracks.
Yeah,
and mistakes are made,
and that's another thing too, because we just had a production and quality meeting last week, and they was like, well, if you get on this company's radar, because we're a subcontract
Gotcha.
to another company.
Yeah,
they're like, well, if you get on this company's radar, then and they want you gone, then we don't have no control of that. They want your quality. Well, then put us back on the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, take out what the expectations of doing so many claims per hour, and take us off piece rate and put us back on the clock, so we can actually sit there and look things up, and we can actually go through the motions we need to go to make sure they're right.
Exactly. So, because in the beginning, stuff's going to be a little bit slow, because you're kind of like sewing things up and kind of getting to where you need to be. And then like the pace can quicken after, once you kind of know what you're doing. But obviously that fucks with the bottom line.
Damn.
At least for a bit.
So, yeah. I don't know. It kind of like Amazon too. Amazon, they want
well, of course,
quantity over quality, and
you want to talk about squeezing motherfuckers for labor.
And then when you do the quality, when your quality have, especially on the delivery side, the delivery side's horrible. Like, I worked for one of the delivery companies And if you like, say if you put a package down, you went to take a picture of it and it got a little blurry, they ding you on it. You know what I mean? They ding
ridiculous.
and like, of course, it's like, it's just little things, man. It's just like, really, like, but you sitting there saying that you want us to succeed. But you dinging us for every little thing. Like there was one even on as an independent contractor on the flex side.
Right.
There was a place that the people didn't have their gate code in to their neighborhood.
Oh,
so I couldn't get in. So I had to mark it as undeliverable. And I still got dinged for it.
And then opened the
course.
package because I knew I was going to get in trouble. No,
Nah, we ain't doing that. Hey, whatever it is, their package is not worth losing my job. Either way, I got it. So.
But those unspecified packages.
But yeah, like they make it set up to where it's just like we're gonna fail you.
Yeah, they set you up for failure, kind of in a way. So, like, well, what do you think, Cha-Cha? Like, what for you would be like? Because I know you hard worker and everything.
Yeah, but
what gets you from one to the other?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there with. I know. I feel like I understand where you're going with this. So, let me say this. I do believe in hard work. I do believe in hard work, but at the same time, I do want to be acknowledged for what I do.
Yeah,
right.
And so don't take advantage of me.
Right.
If there's an opportunity for me to advance,
give it to me.
Yeah.
Give me the chance.
Yeah. If that's what y'all putting out there, then y'all going to get 110% of what I have to offer. And even on certain days where, if they're like, because working in UK, they're quick. Well, I'm not going to say they're quick to say, but they will say, there's a hiring freeze, no overtime, the money's funny. All right, cool. So I'm not going to let that deter me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep giving them, what I feel like is 110%. And but at a certain time, if I'm giving 110% and I know the job, then there are going to be some times where I am hardly working, but I am just as effective.
Yeah.
When I'm hardly working, because when I'm, like you said, when I'm hardly working, it's not like I'm being lazy.
Yeah.
I just, like they say, work.
Smarter, not harder.
Yes, that. And so with the job that I do, I've learned how to do that and still be able to work hard. Like, okay, so like I do social work type stuff, helping with cancer patients, and I go visit them at their appointments. But where I work harder is that I assist the social workers. We have like 8 social workers, 2 assigned to this clinic, 2 assigned to that clinic, 2 assigned to this clinic, 2 assigned to that clinic. I go see them all. I go to all the clinics. And so I let them know, if y'all need me, reach out to me. Because I know y'all have a lot on y'all's plate. So that's where they see where I work hard, because they can see in our elevator's house. So we're on the 3rd floor. Javi knows.
Booking.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Javi knows. He's been over there. And so, there's times they see me coming like, and I'll have a question for one of them, and I have to stop and double over and catch my breath. Like, I'm just coming, I've been over to this clinic and this clinic, different
hang on.
Yeah, for real.
1 second.
Let me catch my breath real quick.
Yeah, me and a social worker walked up the stairs together, and her office is beside mine, and she had to she was trying to explain something and was catching her breath, and I literally had to tell her, look, I get it. I said, I just hold mine in because I'm trying to be hard. I'm trying to make it look like I'm not bothered by this, but y'all hear me when I come up in my office. As soon as I sit down, I'm like, woo.
He waits till he's alone. Just sits there, just breathe for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For real.
Yeah, she was trying to talk and exhale and inhale all at the same time. I'm like, shh.
Look, just
I
take
feel
sit,
you.
just take a minute, take a breather.
Yeah, I'm standing there like this. I'm feeling it. I'm standing there. I'm holding it in.
But while you holding it in, you're sitting there. You're also telling her, "Hey, just take a minute, breathe." So,
Yeah, in my
and that
mind,
way, you take a breath.
No, because she was trying to explain herself. And I'm like, nah, it's all good. I said, I feel you. I said, I'm just over being hard right now. I'm overwinded too. But so my point to that is that I do work hard in certain parts of it. But there is a way, I have mastered a way to not be at a hardly working phase, but still be effective. So that to me is the key. You can be hardly working, but don't make it obvious that you ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying?
And what shows those social workers is that you take the time out of your day to actually go see them instead of calling them up and be like, hey, if you need something, call me, and then call the other one. You make a point to go to each one and be like, if you need me.
Yeah, I tell them.
Yeah, and that matters.
Yeah. When I'm in the meetings, we have morning huddles on Mondays and Tuesdays, like at 8:30.
But don't call me between 10 and 4.
The social workers will reach out to me on Microsoft Teams because our offices are all up there together, and they'll be like, are you busy? I'm like, nah, I got you. What you need? Because I'm probably in there looking at Hobby's TikToks.
I need to get over where you at, Cha-Cha.
Hey, it's laxed over there, man. And social workers, let me tell you, the social workers.
I don't have a degree, so I just need to be
we'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
But I hear some stuff about UK about coming up, so I need to start looking at it.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you think?
For me, I work hard every day, but Wednesday, I hardly work.
Right. Is it because Wednesday's hump day?
Wednesday's payday, and Wednesday's my day of meetings.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
different type of work.
Yeah. On Mondays, on every other day that I work, I give 110.
Mm-hmm.
I am overworked for sure, which everybody, I feel like it's in a position of like authority is overworked. I got a lot more on my plate than I feel like I'm being paid for, but I still give that 110 regardless, just because this is a resume builder for me. I know that this job isn't going to be my final place.
Yeah, I understand. I completely understand.
But this is a resume builder for me, so I don't want to fail at this. I want to succeed and show that I succeeded and thrived. On that. And when I get that reference, when they get that reference call, they'll be like, you better take him. But on Wednesdays, I'm more laxed. Like I'm not diligently on the units. I focus on other units, like other floors that I actually have the meetings on with the managers. And then I go down to the office and make sure my paperwork is right for my actual meeting for my department. And we have meetings with our associates in the morning. So
you gotta be more mentally strong, right?
Yeah, on that. Physically strong every other day, mentally strong on Wednesdays. But that is also my hardly working day.
Yes.
I take my time on that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like I feel you when you said that this is more of like a resume building, because it's the same thing with this job. Because
and when I say resume building, I don't say it like, oh, I'm gonna be at this job for 2 years and I'm be gone. However long I'm at it is gonna be a resume builder.
Yeah, no,
then I'll transfer.
Yeah,
I
it's
won't
giving
leave
you
the company. I'm just
transferable skills.
Well, if I will say this, if I can transfer into a better position with the company or a better subcontractor with the company, I'm for it. But and Cha-Cha will tell you, because I mean, I when I didn't, and you, Hobby, when I was doing the DoorDash thing, and I kept getting this like mad because I would get ghosted by jobs and stuff like that, and I now realize that you need your resume tailored to whatever you're going for. You know what I mean? So if you're going for a data entry job, you need your resume to tailor for that position.
Right.
Or if you're going, for whatever. So like, and that's why I didn't know, because I had a single resume I was just putting everywhere. And I was just
I seen his resume. I was like,
yeah, and but that was actually also a resume that I got professionally created, because the job that let me go for when we got furloughed during COVID, they was like, well, we'll set you up with a resume builder, and that's the resume he created.
Like, oh, thanks, guy.
Yeah,
I think the resume that you showed me, I think that was your mom had put that
no.
To go with your segment,
you sure?
When doing a resume, Don't work hard, hardly work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
Put the best shit on there that's gonna make you look the best.
Right.
yeah,
All that extra shit, leave it to the side. Just
Yeah.
make sure the best shit that you put there, you can explain the gaps.
Yeah.
in between them.
You
for
don't
real.
want to have them read more.
My
than they
resume
want to.
is standard for any job because all the jobs that I go for are within leadership.
Yeah.
So I take all my leadership aspect jobs, which are luckily right back to back to back to back. And I put those there. I put my additional skills, which is like ROTC and being a defender on the soccer team. Like stuff that shows that you can be a team player too. And then my objective is to attain a job. Well, it changes
Right.
based
Yeah.
on
Depending on
the
what that position
that's
is.
the only thing that changes. in my resume.
but no, like I said, like until then,
Hey, my name's about to change for you.
until then, I'm going like I'm using this job like for a stepping stone to a better work from home, maybe, but data entry job.
Gotcha.
But because I do like data entry. It's
Right.
weird, but I do like.
I mean,
it.
no, I totally understand.
Numbers are your best friend.
But
Yeah.
it I don't know, like it I can't stop. I cannot just like go easy on the job or whatever.
Your wife is
Yeah.
gonna be like, you
Right.
touch a keyboard more than you touch me.
I want to add
Like-
something to the resume point after you get done.
But,
Piggyback
like,
off of what Hobby
so
said.
like yes, I do whatever I do, I try to do the best in. So
Yeah.
it even with that, it's like just I feel like I do work hard, even though I'm trying to. Like, even when people are like, oh, well, you know, my numbers ain't up. I'm like, I'm not worried about my numbers. I'm worried about my quality.
Yeah.
So if it takes me a little longer on this claim to make sure I get it right,
Yeah.
I'm going to get that shit right.
Right.
You get what you get.
And the
Yeah.
thing about that is, though, on the reverse side, when you do that, you have to know that, okay, I'm taking a little bit more time, but somewhere in there, I can make that back up because they're looking
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
They're looking at you have to, because, you know, I'll do that too. Like I have my own little spreadsheet of how many patients I've touched, and I'll be like, okay, I've only seen one. It's almost lunchtime, so I'm like, okay, where can I get these next 7 or 8 patients to make this up within these next 4 hours? And so
Yeah.
it's always about planning. If you are going to do that, you still, you know, you can't just be like, okay,
You gotta meet that
Yeah,
quota.
time
yeah,
management.
that still matters. And so you still, you know, you can take your time, but somewhere in there, you're going to have to make that up.
Yeah.
And so you got to
And-
plan that out.
now,
So, and that's another thing too. Like, I'm not going to just quit this job until I have another better job.
Period.
lined up. Yeah.
Like, not lined up, but for sure, I'm starting next week or
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, so like I said, I agree with Hobby. Like, this job isn't gonna be, it's a stepping stone, and I really do appreciate the job.
I work hard every day
Yeah.
on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Right.
the question I got for y'all about this is, what usually would it take to get you to that point to where you're like, man, fuck this. You're like, I'm just hardly working.
all the way through it.
Yeah.
Lack of a
Appreciation.
Yep.
There
Right
you go.
there.
That's
Thank
it.
you, because we
Say it
I had to
again.
go
lack of appreciation.
appreciation.
I feel like we should have had a different sound
Yeah,
effect for that,
damn,
but that was good
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I wish I would.
We could have clapped on
That
that.
You
one took my
know.
soul away.
Could have clapped.
My soul went somewhere else and
Hey,
came back.
they have a saying.
Out of body
They have
experience.
a,
there.
yeah, they have a saying at UK, because you know you get that yearly raise. It's
Yeah.
usually 2%, and depending on where you at, it might be 2%, no more than 4%.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I gotta
And
do that.
the department I used to be in, nobody would get over like 2.3, and that's they have the performance evaluation and all that goes into it. You have
Yeah.
one-on-one, and so they would I had coworkers that would be like, they're only getting this 2%. If that's all my raise is, that's what they're gonna get, and they will not do more than let a supervisor be like, can you work on the weekend. We got some. Can you stay over? We got some patients that need disability applications completed, inpatients or whatever.
No.
Exactly.
I got shit to do.
And they was they no, you getting this 10%, this 2%. That's all you getting. If that's all I'm worth, and I've done more than 2%. That's all you getting. And so like Javi said, that's why I've been a lack of appreciation.
Lack of appreciation.
Yep. And not only lack of appreciation, but management.
Yeah.
Management is so important. I mean, if I'm a good worker and and I'm always on time and even early and work over, don't dock me for being a minute late when you know, like, where's the faith, the show of good faith.
Right.
Like, well, I know if you was late, there had to be a good reason, so I'm not going to count that. I mean, that actually happened. My badge fell out of my little case, and I was I went to clock in, and I couldn't find it, and my supervisor seen me. Oh, ain't nothing I can do about that. And there was one time I got there early, and you're not allowed to clock in early.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I sat at my desk and
I
forgot
love
to
being
clock
salary.
in. That was then. I'm salary now, so yay. But yeah, I was there for and I forgot to clock in, and I'm thinking, so I was probably there being me,
right?
15 minutes early, 20 minutes early. It was probably one of them good days. I felt like, I'm gonna get my work clothes together early. I got everything together at night, and I sat down at my desk and was just messing around and was like, oh, that's where I got to learn to set. That's why I got so many alarms on my phone. I had a 7:55 alarm for having to clock in at 8 o'clock, but she knew I was there. Yeah. And would not, and was like, oh, there's nothing I can do about that. You was late. I'm sorry. I'm like, for real? Is this what we doing? So,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
And then like you have an immediate supervisor, and every time you go to them with a question, they're naming the upper manager, like, and I'm not gonna say that manager's name. I'm gonna create a fake name. So I need, what do you think if I, am I able to do this? Because I need to leave early because let me talk to Stanley. Well, what the hell are you here for? If every time I'm coming to you to make a command decision, you got to go to your boss to make sure it's okay. I don't need you. Then I'll just start going to that person myself.
Yeah, and they're like, nah, respect the chain of command.
Yeah, see, and so management makes a difference. You like, just screw it, man. It don't matter. And I ain't staying over because I can't never get what I want. And then, then you always come back with, well, they said, why can't you just override them and be like, no, Charles, speak up for me. You know? And so management matters. And that we had bad turnover in that department. So management and appreciation is what is a killer.
Yeah, no, facts, man. Because when I worked in processing before, I did like several different jobs. Of course, all stepping stones within the company. They like to promote from within, stuff like that. But it got to a point where it was like, and I mean, I liked the job. I was passionate about it and everything. But it just got to a point where, I realized like they were hiring in other motherfuckers off the street that didn't have any experience. And of course, training them. But it was like I'd been there getting, X amount of pay. And then like they're hiring people off the street with no experience and they're getting paid like the same or maybe like $1 more than me. So it's like, I'm like, what? So eventually I spoke up about it, and we kind of had the back and forth and whatnot. Of course, I was stepping into a different position to where I got a bump, but they wanted me to take kind of like a merge position to supervise things. And when I agreed to it, I was like, well, yeah, that's cool, but you need to be giving me more. And I did have a lab manager at the time went to bat on my behalf and was like, yeah, we already know everything. And I did have a good boss, but I remember the conversation when he went over the pay. He was like, man, he's like, that's like a 4% increase. He was like, nobody else in here gets that. And I just kind of thought to myself, I was like, yeah, well, basically what that means is y'all motherfuckers should have been paying me more a long time ago.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wasn't really salty about it. It just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
But again, I enjoy the job, so I just turn the other cheek, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be that person.
We do what we got to do to get where we need to go.
Say that again.
We do what we got to do to get where we need to go.
Yup, that's everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But It's been a nice conversation.
Yeah,
Thank
really
you all
good
for your
conversation.
thoughts
Good
and
topic.
opinions
Like
on
it.
this.
Thank you.
And how about you listeners? What do you think? Are you working hard? You hardly working? Are you generally a hard worker? Or is there something that has pissed you off, driven you over the edge to make you like, fuck this?
Yeah, I'm out.
You know? Leave us comments, like, subscribe, share, all that good mess. I'm Omega Green with the rest of the Run It Back crew.
Deuces.
We are out of here.
Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Good night and good evening.
Deuces.